Entering the Mayo Experience.
Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, continuing Players Week on the Pat Mayo Experience and Mayo Media Network today. Players Championship, best bets, the gold, the silver, the bronze. If you were tuning in during football season, you would have seen the show every week for the NFL season. If you don't care about football and you only care about golf, well, you're going to be in for a great surprise on this show. One of the favorites, along with the Tim and Jeff show. Going through it, we still have the DraftKings picks with Tambo tomorrow. Cut Sweats live on Friday afternoon with me, Tim, and Jeff as well, along with some other friends to conclude Players Championship Week. Reminder to everyone out there, smash the like button to the episode. Give me your best bet down in the description. And I still have $500 of cold hard cash to give away. Still time to enter the draw. You want to get 10 ballots? It's super easy. Sub to the Pat Mayo Experience Audio Podcast on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Leave a 5-star review. Boom, you get 10 ballots into the draw. You can sub to the newsletter. That will take less than 5 seconds. It's completely free. It's down in the description. That'll get you 3 ballots sub to Mayo Media Network on YouTube. That's 2 ballots into the draw. Winners announced on Wednesday with Tambo, so tune into that. And there's only 1,000 spots remaining in the DraftKings Listeners League right now. So if you want one of those spots of $75,000 of rake-free guaranteed money, I suggest you go get one because it's probably going to be full by the time Wednesday rolls around. So you got to do that right now down in the description as well. FantasyNational.com/Mayo will get you 20% off all of the research tools, the lineup generator, the simulator, the ownership projections. Never a better time with millions of dollars available on DraftKings this week. All right, we're through that. Rob Pizzola, Cam Stewart on the line with me. Cam, it's been a while since you've been on a golf show. It's been like 5 years.
Yeah, Pat, and I'm really happy to be back. I love golf. I almost took Kitayama last week, and it's funny. Like, Rob knows Billy the doorman when he worked at the Score. The guy literally calls me, and I have every golfer and every shot. He's like, this numbnuts, put it in the rough. It's like, dude, like, why do you text me about, like, what you need or whatever? Like, every week, it's like, I don't understand this guy, Pat. It's like, I don't text him every shot. Can you just enjoy the damn golf tournament and stop texting me every shot? Like, the guy's a grown man, too, and I just don't understand. Anyway, he hit Kitayama. I should have listened. I really needed Tyrell Hatton, but as you know, Pat, that guy is he's Mr. Meltdown. The guy's basically blood is made of lava. Guy misses a putt and he wants to like kill himself. Ty Hatton, I understand emotional people. I can get emotional, but that guy's like, stop talking to yourself and stop flipping out all the time. It's getting old.
Rob, do you factor that into your modeling for golf?
What, psychos? Well, I mean, in the mold?
It is factored in.
Run the Sims.
But in a way it is, right? Because when you're modeling golf, you're using like previous results and previous data to predict what's going to happen in the future. And all of like Hatton being crazy and missing a putt and then picking up his ball and throwing it into the water, you know, it might not be reflected on an actual spreadsheet, but that missed putt is. And the fact that he, you know, completely loses it down the stretch, that's all reflected in the data.
He almost kept it together and got the win.
Almost isn't good enough, Pat. Like, you know what the worst is too about golf is? I remember that time, didn't Torbjorn Olesen go on a plane, whip it out and like piss everywhere, and he had a big controversy. And then I remember I used to bet this guy. One week I didn't bet him, Pat, when we were working together at Fantasy. I think it was like 200-1 and I left him off the board. That's the whole problem is golf's kind of like relationships. Like once you keep on going, you can't stop. Because if the guy that you have and like one of your horses wins and you don't have him, Rob, as you say, that's full orbit mode. Mm-hmm. You just lose your mind. And I've taken Kitayama a million times in the Euro Tour or whatever. And this week, anyway, I should have hedged out. I'm an absolute stooge.
So Rob, now that you're on the golf programming on Mayo Media Network, is there anyone in the golf betting industry that you'd like to create a feud with? Because I see you're taking a page out of Feinberg's book here. Just going after people. That's your new thing.
Pat.
I don't seek out the feuds. They seek me. This
Do
is
they
the
really
problem.
though, Rob? Do you really?
Like, it really did. Anyways.
Oh, okay.
I'm not the type of guy, you come after me, I'm not the type of guy that's going to sit there and ignore it. I defend myself. I've always been that type of person. Luckily, the golf community has always been nice to me. So there's no one that I have a bone to pick with just yet. But if someone were to come after me, yeah, I'll defend myself. And maybe there will be a feud that starts. So it's a long season. I'm sure something will happen between now and then that will set me off. But it hasn't happened yet, Pat.
Well, people should tune into the the DP World Tour Picks and Bet Show. That's up on Mayo Media Network right now to get your hands on the 1,500 to 1 guy that I just gave Cam and Rob before the show started.
Yes.
And another 200 to 1. Your guy, Tom Valiant. Cam, is that?
Oh, Pat, I thought we were going to keep these things secret. Like now, if everyone bets them, we're going to knock down the odds. Shh, we can't do this. Like, I don't know who your golf guy is, but yeah, Tom Valiant fighting Big John Studd for the Intercontinental Championship. Anyway, what a handle. What's your name? I'm Tom Valiant. When I think of Tom Valiant, I think of Chippendales. Like I just see this guy whipping it out. Women, Valiant's here. Like that guy sounds like a male stripper. Great handle. Like Pat, like imagine a name. Like you have a great name like Pat Mayo. It's very distinct. But Tom Valiant, like your last name is Valiant. That's so stripper. It's so wrestling. It's so amazing.
It's very adult film star, is what I would say.
Like Tom Valiant. No, he's in the office having a cup of coffee, and a girl's under his desk. Oh, hi Tom. Have you checked the spreadsheets? Next thing you know, eater. Yeah, it's party time. Anyway, I with a name like Tom Valiant, you can't lose. Great bet, Pat.
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope it pays off for us. That
you
definitely
can lose.
Yeah,
you can lose, but I'm very confident with a namesake like that. I feel better about going into the tournament than some other turkeys that we're going to take. So Mr. Valiant, he's fine with me.
Does it make you feel more or less confident that he? According to his age group, he is an adult, so that's good news. But he is an amateur from France, so he is really Tom Valiant.
I like that, Valiant. Yeah. I don't know, Pat. There's some pretty good French golfers on the tour. Like Lucas Herbert's pretty. Is he Australian?
Yeah, you're thinking of Ben. You're thinking of Ben Herbert, who sucks.
Herbert.
Oh yeah, Ben Herbert. You're right. Mon Dieu, wrong Frenchman. What happened to my friend Victor Dubuisson? He gone.
Yeah,
he used to be really good, Pat.
He made the Final Four at Match Play at Dove Mountain that year.
I know,
but like Rosner is pretty good. Big Dick Vic Perez is pretty good too.
Good call, Vic. Hi, you're telling me your name's Vic Perez and you're French? Like, well, kind of like that. Rob, if you said Vic Perez, what would you think? I was thinking Mexico,
well, Spanish or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Of course, but it could be like Spanish or Mexican father and French mother.
Even Rosner, like Rosner bag, Pat, I would think German or Dutch. Like if you gave me the name Rosner, I wouldn't think he's from Nice, France, or I just don't see it. But anyway, it is what it is.
Let's get into the gold picks. Starting off, I will lead the way. Obviously, I went through most of the outright bets that I want to take on the show with Jeff and Cuss. Cuss had like a mental breakdown on the show, picking guys who may or may not even be in the field at this point, loving the new schedule. So I highly recommend that you go tune into that. But now we're going to crack down on a little bit more like, coin flippy type things and some value that sticks out. So my number one, and throwing Siwoo Kim into a gold selection is never really the most safe thing in the world, but here's what I like, Cam. Run it by you. Siwoo Kim parlayed with Chris Kirk to make the cut, plus 135.
Love it. Chris Kirk's been an absolute animal. And Pat, I got to tell you guys, I bet Harris English live. He was 32 to 1 before the round, and I was thinking it was going to be a Georgia Bulldog back-to-back because those things sometimes happen. Remember, Pat, back in the day, the Todd father won a few events in a row. So sometimes these weird correlations happen. I love your bet. Siwoo Kim has a great track record at the Players. And I got to be honest with you, if it's Florida golf, Chris Kirk, count me in every tournament.
Rob, what do your numbers suggest?
Yeah, so I actually like this quite a bit. I mean, Siwoo Kim's been pretty consistent this year. You look at the vast majority of his starts. I mean, I think he has 4 T25s. Those were the early starts this year. Only one missed cut. To Cam's point, Chris Kirk has been on fire. The only thing is, like, I don't really know what to do with this tournament in the sense that I don't know exactly what matters. Let me put it that way. Like Cam mentioned, Siwoo Kim's got a great track record at this tournament, but no one really has like a great track record at this tournament relative to other tournaments on tour. Like if you look at course history for some previous tournaments, you're going to see guys that like always atop the leaderboard. Then for this tournament, like you got guys that win and then miss the cut the next year, which is kind of unheard of. So I'm looking at guys that have just played consistent golf this year. That's kind of my thing. And I think Siwoo Kim and Chris Kirk both fit that bill. So I personally like that bet as well.
So the only players, I guess Daniel Berger's not in the field, so we can't include him in this. And to your point, Rob, looking at the past 5 years, and I'm using the course history tool on fantasynational.com/Mayo to get that 20% off all membership levels. But here are the guys who have made the cut each of the past 5 years. Now, Siwoo WD'd from this tournament last year. That's something that was always on the table with him, but he had made the 4 cuts previous. He's never actually missed a cut at this tournament, but last year was off the rails, and if people were at it, they were like, well, I don't want to come back on the course on a Tuesday to try to not make the cut, so let's go through that way. Keegan has made every cut. Thomas has made every cut. Corey Connors is 3 for 3. John Rahm is 5 for 5. Berger was 5 for 5. The Gim Reaper is 2 for 2. Tom Hoagie is 4 for 4. And that's about all we're doing here.
That's my point, right?
Dylon Fratelli is 2 for 2. That's it.
A lot of people tell me I look like Fratelli.
You do, actually. Put some squash glasses on, Rob, and you and Fratelli can go play a match down at the club. Yeah.
So that's what we're looking at here. Oh, and I mean, I might have a Kramer Hickok prop coming up, but he's 2 for 2 as well at this. So Nick Taylor and Adam Long, both 3 for 3. But the weather this year, at least from early indications came, actually looks pretty good for Thursday and Friday. It's not going to be replicating what we saw a year ago.
No, that's good. I got to be honest with you. Like when we're betting golf a lot of the time, Pat, like, and you got those leaders, I'm just like, please let the skies open up and make a hurricane. I was hoping for that, like last week, everyone going backwards, and the weather in the final round, it was great. I gotta tell you though, I love Florida golf. I think California golf, I don't want to see a guy going that low. I think it's much better when you have winning scores at 8, 9 under instead. Heck, remember the Canadian Open when like Bo Van Pelt was battling like John Daly, and who else was it, Pat? Like the winning scores like 4 under. Like, I love that type of stuff, but I know the players hate it because, I'm getting embarrassed. The course is hard. Oh, it's like, yeah, you're a professional golfer. It's supposed to be hard. Yeah. Figure it out.
Rob, what do you have?
You're right, though, Rob. Do you not agree? Do you not agree?
No, I agree.
Like, why are you whining about it?
It should be challenging. Yes, you're the best in the world.
I embrace this. I'm sorry. Like, it's tough conditions. Like, get over it, man. It's supposed to be that way.
There is a level of when it gets stupid, though.
Like, like the U.S. Open with Retief Goosen. Like, remember that one where the rolling balls off the friggin' green? That's just dumb because they have no chance. But it should be, every major should be extremely difficult, and every national championship should be extremely difficult.
I agree.
Thank you, Rob. See, I don't want to feud with you. You got enough problems on your plate right now.
No, we'll figure out. There's something else I'll get under your skin with on the show today. I'm not sure what it is yet. We seem to be seeing eye to eye. You're a little bit rattled from
your feuds, Pat. That's the thing. Rob usually comes at me a little bit harder, but his cranium's got a lot of other people circling around right now.
I've let out a lot of the anger this week on other people. Yes.
Yeah, Rob doesn't have time to make sit-down Twitter videos for every single person he's feuding with. You really need to be at the top of the pyramid for that to happen. Do you have a gold pick, Rob?
I do. So I'm approaching this very differently this week, by the way. I'm looking for glory, period. I don't care if I go 0-3. I'm giving my 3 favorite outright.
0-3? Only one guy wins a golf tournament. If we go 1-3, we're amazing.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying what I'm trying to explain here, Cam, if you let me finish, is that I'm going to be taking some long shots here. I'm not same game parlaying a couple golfers to make the cut at plus 135. Like we're going.
So now you're taking a shot at the host. This guy's unreal, Pat.
No,
you didn't like that Chris Kirk pick?
No. Here's what I'm
together, Rob. That's why you're feuding with people. You're very rude and be more polite to the host.
I am not taking a shot at the host. I am merely setting expectations for when I go 0-3. That I took a shot here.
We're all going 0-3. So just start talking.
Gold pick, Jason Day, 28-1.
You idiot. That's you stole my pick. He's 65-1 on DraftKings, by the way.
No, he's not. He's 60.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
I'm looking at it right now.
Are you clicked on?
That's US PGA Championship. Wrong tournament. See, Rob, now you have the right to yell at me.
He's 30-1 on DraftKings.
I get it, Pat. I was going to ask you actually for an account and like a bonus with the Omaha Stakes because if Jason Day was 65-1, I was going to open up an account just to bet on him.
Well, he's not. And we don't give out fake numbers on this show like Jeff and Tim accuse us of during the NFL show.
Actually, those guys' numbers are, I don't know if they're as real as ours lately. But
anyways, again, I mentioned this off the top here. I think this is like the one. It's a weird tournament in that there's not a lot of predictiveness from years past, right? If you go look at past winners, some years it's guys that putt really well. Some years it's guys that keep it on the fairway. Some years it's guys that plays with great irons. It's not consistent from year to year. The course history, Pat went through it. There's barely anyone who consistently makes the cut year after year. I'm just looking for well-rounded players who are in good form. And Jason Day, to me, fits that mold. He's played 5 tournaments this year. He's finished T18 or better in all 5. He has 4 top 10s. He's very close to breaking out. He's been very good with the driver this year in terms of keeping it in the fairway, 29th on tour in driving accuracy. I think he has the game to eventually just get over the cliff here. Obviously had a bad run with his back for many, many years and kind of fell off of a cliff. But again, recent form to me matters. I want a guy that's been playing well going into this tournament. That to me, it matters more than anything else right now, in that I just want a guy that's been consistent this year, and I think he'll give me a chance. 28-1, Jason Day.
I can't believe we have the same pick. By the way, Rob, you're absolutely correct. See, I don't want to feud with you. You need a hug, and I'll give you a hug. The guy's mother passed away. He had vertigo and back issues. The guy was basically broken down. Like, he was a car that needed a lot of maintenance. Have you seen Jason Day, though? You talk about models. I don't even need a model look at it. Pat, off the top of my head, I think he's 5th and 8th in his last 2 trips to the Players. Is that not correct?
He missed the cut last year.
Okay, but the years before, he was 5 and 8. Like, he has 2 out of 3 top 10s, does he not?
Yeah, so before missing the cut a year ago, he didn't qualify for the field the year before that. He was miscut 35th, and then there was the 2020 year, and then previous to that, he was 8th, 5th, 60th, and 1st.
And that's when he was healthy. So, you know what, Rob? I don't want to take the same gold pick. So,
it's okay.
No, I can't believe I love Jason Day this week too. Okay, Pat. I have one thing out of the chalk. What do you think of Will Zalatoris this week, or do I just get this guy out of my life permanent?
Is he injured?
No, he's back off his injury. He's been fine. Dude classic Zalatoris couldn't chip or putt last week and ends up missing the cut. He's made the cut in both trips to the Players' Championship. And the one thing that you will say, and Rob, you kind of hit on it, that yes, a few times we have seen really good putters advance all the way up the leaderboard at Sawgrass. But historically, the most consistent players have weirdly been the great ball striking shitty putter guys. Like Keegan makes a bunch of cuts here. And Corey Connors makes a bunch of cuts here. Like Zalatoris fits into that mold too.
He does. But I'm sticking with Jason Day. I'm with Rob. It was my first instinct. We don't talk before the show. Jason Day with healthy. This is a perfect tournament for him. I love Jason Day. I love his odds. Hey, Pat, he didn't bring his A game and he finished pretty strong last week. Give me Jason Day. Love the pick up.
So double gold pick on Jason Day. Like Robbie,
Jason Day withdraws on the second hole of this tournament.
No, he doesn't. He's going to, Rob, we're actually going to, things are going to go good. He's going to win this tournament or be very close to winning, and you'll have nothing to apologize for. Maybe people on Twitter will want to be your friend instead of fight you.
He is plus 280 for a top 10, if that's something you were interested in as well.
I'm into both, Pat. You know what I want with Jason Day? Let's pretend we're at Golden Corral. I'll take the bad butterfly shrimp, the tough steak, whatever they got going on there, rubbery chicken wings. I'll take the whole damn cafeteria buffet, top 10, top 20, win each way. I'm all in on Day this week. No vertigo, no back pain, please. Just strong play.
Yeah.
Just killing a potential sponsorship for Golden Corral for this show right there.
Well, it's a glorified cafeteria. Pat deals with Omaha Steaks. He doesn't need Golden Corral. Next topic.
Well, there is a new thing that is out there now. I saw an article written about it last week that in terms of the influencer generation, people give their products to, like people like me or people on Instagram, whoever it is, like, hey, go buy this, and here's why you should go buy this. But there's now the de-influencer, where they give people who people don't like products in order for them to not buy them. Isn't this like the number one thing Cuss could be making money on?
100%. That's exactly where I thought you were going as soon as you said de-influencer. I don't know how maybe he should be reaching out to the companies himself, but I think that's a match made in heaven right there. Like,
I agree.
Yeah.
I think I'm a de-influencer too. Like, I give a lot of things credit, but I also rip things as well. Golden Corral's not that bad on a tight budget. You need something to eat. I'm just saying it's not my preferred buffet destination.
Well, Cam, let's try to upgrade from Golden Corral a little bit. Go out for a fancy steak dinner. What do you got for a silver pick?
Oh boy, Pat. I'm going to go with my boy, Keith Mitchell.
God, are you joking me? Keith Mitchell's my silver pick. I'm not even.
Why are we doing this shit?
I'm not even joking.
Honestly, Rob, are you punking me? Like
I am not punking. I'm not punking you. If I could share my screen, I would. Keith Mitchell.
I have it written down here. Zalatoris ? Day Mitchell ? Give me Keith Mitchell. Georgia Bulldog again, almost winner last week. We got Harris English in the mix. Captain Kirk. You know what, Pat? Keith Mitchell's record's pretty good. He's been consistent all year. He can get it in the win. What's Keith Mitchell's problem, Pat? You know golf more than anybody. His rolling the rock. But when he's on with that ball striking and distance, he also eagled, Rob. You're going to like this about Keith Mitchell on those par fives last week. Eagle. Like, he has the distance. He has great iron play. If Keith Mitchell can just putt average, I'm not even saying good, whatever, just putt average, you can win the Players' Championship. Give me Keith. Don't call me Kim Mitchell. I am a wild party. Might as well go for a soda. I'm going to be going for vodka if we hit this one, Rob. Woo! 55 to 1 on Mitchell, the Georgia Bulldog.
I love it. I think it's a great price. A lot of people always talk about. Go ahead, Pat. You were going to jump in there.
Yep. Just to kind of reinforce what Cam is saying, can he roll the rock? And that's usually his problem. It is, but on Bermuda greens, which we're seeing this week, although it's not its potential overseed based on the time of year in Florida, Bermuda is his best putting surface. He still loses strokes on Bermuda, but he doesn't putt himself out of tournaments on Bermuda, which is good to see, I guess.
Very important. That is good.
A lot of people this week are like, oh, I want to target someone who's good around the greens. They can save some strokes. They're going to find themselves into trouble every now and then. Want to get guys that can get out of trouble. I mean, Keith Mitchell doesn't really do that. Like, he's been very consistent this year off the tee. He keeps it in the fairway, 11th in driving accuracy. His irons have been really good. Like, I'd rather a guy that's just not going to get into trouble and has to make a few putts. And if he can, then I think he's in contention. But I think for the way that Keith Mitchell's played this year, anything over 50 to 1, I think is a crazy price.
Yeah, top 30 in greens and regulation gained on this field. He's top 20 in sand saves gained. He's 31st over the past 24 rounds in fairways gained against this field. And that's for someone who's 8th in driving distance. Like, he bombs it and he's accurate. When he misses left, but try to keep it out of the water. You can club down a little bit here. And to reinforce your point, Cam, I didn't know this, and now I've just looked it up thanks to Fantasy National. Keith Mitchell has played in the Players' Championship 4 times in his career. Each of his past 3 starts, he has gained strokes putting.
This is very good news.
It's all aligning.
If we have the same bronze pick, Rob, I might jump through a window right now. What are the that is crazy, Pat. How many guys are in this golf tournament? Like with the WDs?
144.
And me and Rob have 2 of the same without like.
We might have to write down our bronze pick and hold it up on paper just so that there's.
I like that. I wanted bigger odds with this guy, but I'm going to do it. And you said we're here to party, so I will write it. Unfortunately, all my papers have weird marks, coffee stains,
coffee, popcorn kernels on there.
Yeah. Look at that. Like, it's got brown stuff. It's like I use this notepad as like toilet paper. I could tell you it's not even 1/8 ply. We got a real problem here with stains. But anyway, I'm going to write my bronze pick down.
This is the worst possible paper. It's all lined too. We can't see anything, but we'll get the gist.
Don't worry, Rob.
I still have
wins. We can buy a.
I still have a silver.
Pat still has a silver.
Oh yeah.
Mine's not, a 28 to 1 or a 55. I guess I've already given out those picks, so I went a bit more micro with what I'm looking for in some of these other markets. I'm playing a top 40 here, and I bet Tom Kim to win at 50 to 1. And he's never played in the Players' Championship before. Not great for people making their debuts at Sawgrass. It just hasn't been historically good. I'm going with another guy who has never played at Sawgrass for a top 40, but he's just playing so well. The shorter, less than 72-yard courses are where he does his best work. He's putting well at the moment. He's just been uber consistent. He's lost strokes off the tee once in his past 9 starts. He has lost strokes on approach once in his past 9 starts. PGA rookie. Top 40 price at plus 240. It's no 55 to 1, but I really like Ben Griffin, Cam Stewart.
I can't believe that. Ben Griffin is also on my list. I have 9 guys listed. I like Ben Griffin as a super underdog. I was also kind of looking at our boy, Nat King Cole. I know he didn't make the cut last week, but maybe Eric Cole. He's like 400 to 1. I was like looking at him too. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know if I like Eric Cole. I looked at him I have my top 40 list in front of me right now. Yeah. He is, what is Eric Cole? Eric Cole is 3 to 1 for a top 40. I think he may have
I love that pick.
blown his load a little bit at the Honda. I think that might have been just he's on the come down period now. You know, Cam, you're up all night, you're partying. You know, sometimes it takes you a few days to recover.
Sounds like me. No, it doesn't. I just do it all over again. Kind of like starting your day with a Caesar when you have a drinking problem.
It's actually easier to do it that way than to try to recover.
But you'll hit a wall eventually, but you can do it. And as you get older, it hurts a little bit more. Pat, love the Griff dog. Great pick.
Okay, so those are my silvers. Do you guys want to?
Did he win?
Did
he win?
Can he win? No, probably not.
No, but you got to sprinkle on. Like you're not taking him just top 40. Like you got to put some money on him to win.
No,
right?
I'm taking him top 40. That's what I'm betting on him.
So. Okay.
So if he wins, do you feel deep regret?
Yes.
No, I don't. If he wins, then I won my bet. Do I feel like a schmuck for now that Cam has said it publicly and I have said that I'm not doing it? Am I going to secretly bet it and not make that public? Maybe. But just for the peace of mind that I have, but I hadn't planned on it.
You're not a schmuck, but you got to put 10 or 20 bucks on him just for peace of mind.
See, I stopped doing that ages ago and it turned out my bankroll was much better for it.
You're right. But I can't stop. It's something like, it's one of those things, but I'll tell you, when I was doing the show with Morency, Rob, want to hear crazy? He accidentally bet one guy, the NASCAR duels, he hit both. Like, when you accidentally hit that button and whatever. Anyway, Pat, I'm superstitious. I know it's stupid. I know it's ridiculous, but if I hit the button instead of something I was going to take on some weirdo, I got to bet it. I'm just sorry. It's like not playing the lottery. If you don't play, you can't win, even though you're probably never going to win.
Knowing Morency, he's probably accidentally hit a lot of bets though over the years.
Yeah, but
there's probably some.
But I'm just saying, the guy hit the NASCAR duels. It was great. Yeah. And we talk about it. Sometimes they're just signs from the universe. Sometimes they don't work. Sometimes they do. Anyway, I'm not gonna, Rob. I know it doesn't fit the model with my bullshit and theories and whatever.
All I'm saying is that there was probably times before where he accidentally hit something and it lost, and he never heard about that.
No, but I was doing the show with him. But I'm just saying it's. Okay, how do I phrase this without sounding like...
I'll phrase this in a scientific manner. It's called confirmation bias, and that's what's happening right now.
I'm just saying, if you do it by accident, it pops up, just put a couple bucks on it. You'll regret it if you don't bet. Are we ready, Pat? This guy's he's going to start another feud pretty soon.
Do you guys have it both written down in front of you?
Yeah, I do. Okay, I don't know if it's going to make it into the screen, but are you ready, Rob?
Yeah.
Well, hold on.
I'll let the host dictate when we're going to put it.
Oh, sorry, Pat. See, I know your role, Omaha Steaks. Come on, Cam, get it together.
I'll count you down from 3. We'll bring you up on the big screen, and then boom, we'll see what the picks are. All right?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. What are they?
Davis Riley,
Sahith Theegala.
That was my 4th pick. Unbelievable. I was actually going to say Tagala, but I wanted to go nuts with Riley. I need better. He's 100-1 on DraftKings. I got him at a little bit more than that. Pat, he broke my heart last week. But you know what the thing about Davis Riley is? We talk about baby bump with Geoff. Hey, I got a baby. I'm going to crush some Dr. Pepper and Crown Royals and watch the Chargers disappoint me again. But sometimes things go well when you get baby bump. He's got a new caddy.
Yes.
And he played great last week. So... That's my model, Rob. That's my thing. It's like little things like that. That's a real life situation, right? So I like Davis Riley, Pat. I think, especially for a top 20, I think he can win this damn golf tournament. He was really good before. He was in a slump, and now he's got a new caddy. Look what he's done since. He's been pretty good. Give me Davis Riley at 100-1. Love your Tagala pick, by the way, Rob. He'll make my 6-pack.
So Davis Riley was also one of the handful of golfers I made notes for as well. So he was on my radar on top of it. So I actually like that pick, and full transparency, I bet Davis Riley this week as well. So I think we are seeing eye to eye on a lot of these things, Cam. I don't know if that's good. I don't know if it's bad. I don't know what's going on. I honestly don't know what's going on.
I don't either. Like the thing is, me and you know, the funniest thing, Rob, is we're very different people, but I find we come around to the same things a lot of the time in different ways. You do it by science, numbers, and whatever, and I do it a little bit by more feel. But there's a lot of different ways to get to the same destination, right?
Yep.
I feel that way.
There's a lot of ways to peel a potato, as PETA wants you to say.
Actually, there's only one way to peel a potato.
I agree.
I can peel potatoes 2 separate ways. One, I use the carrot. I use the carrot peeler, and I do it, or I just do it. I mean, it's more effective when you just put a knife in your hand and go like this, like old school Navy style.
But those are basically the same way to peel a potato.
Those are two different tools in order to peel the potato.
Listen, Pat, I love you. You've been good to me your whole life. I used to peel carrots and carrots for a living. It was my job after I worked in the back shop. I went up north every summer. The knife, you waste too much potato. Then you get the boss going, we're wasting potatoes. Even though they're cheap, you got to do it with the peeler. And there's a certain technique to it too. You got to start, if there's a little bit of an imperfection, start there. And then it's just, anyway, I'm not going to tell you about the art of peeling potatoes. I peeled, if I had $1 for every potato I peeled, I'd be living on a golf course. Don't use a knife.
I mean,
potato waste.
There's also a different way you can do it. I just Googled it, and you can buy a potato peeler for $27 at Walmart.
Potato peelers are $2 at Dollarama.
Yeah, but
$27 potato.
No,
what does it do? Does it grab your nuts?
No,
what does a $27 potato peeler do?
You put the potato in it, and it peels itself.
Oh, the spinning thing. Yeah, Pat, you'd be impressed by me. I actually bought oyster knives. Online. So I didn't want it because I almost literally took my finger off doing oysters. So
was that the Super Bowl party? Your Super Bowl party where you guys smelled the house of seafood?
I didn't have a Super Bowl party. It was me and my girlfriend, and when the Eagles lost, we were in orbit together.
Yeah.
Absolutely wasted.
Sorry, bad memories.
Yeah, bad memories. It doesn't matter. The teaser hit, Rob. My stupid mathematical teasers that never make sense, and I hit a lot of props. I just wish the Eagles won because one of my best friends is an Eagles fan, and that's what I do. Unlike Billy the Doorman, who never cheers for me, all his bets all the time, I actually want to be a team player and let everyone win. So I hope we win this week.
So Cam, is your bet Davis Riley to win or Davis Riley to top 10 or top 20?
Davis Riley. What is he, top 20?
Top 20? Davis Riley is probably going to be 6-1 or something like that.
I'll take it, but I'm betting him to win.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, you can say to win. That's also fine.
No, but sometimes I just don't understand on this game. 6-1's fine for 20. His odds of winning. You know what? Yes, give me 6-1 on Davis Riley / Can I break this bet in half, or is that a problem?
I hate to be the bearer of bad news here.
It's actually
plus 450.
Yeah, plus 450. Sorry.
I'll still take it. I don't care.
Okay,
What's he top 40? Is he even money?
It's a good question. Top 40?
You give me plus money on him top 40, I'll do that instead of the top 20.
Plus 175.
Yeah, plus
sold.
So Riley top 40 plus 175. I'm curious, beyond just the recent results, Rob, and how well Thigala is doing right now. I don't like this course for him at all. That's me, but you seem to like him at 80-1 to win this tournament. Explain yourself.
Good bet.
So honestly, it is a lot to do with the recent results, but not only just the recent results. You can obviously just look at his tour results this year. You see 54th, 4th, 39th, 6th, 14th. So pretty consistent. He's made all the cuts that he started so far. But the one thing I like about him is that his strokes gained in all categories have been improving over the course of the year, especially strokes gained with irons his approach numbers have consistently gotten better as the season has gone on. Wedge and putter game has improved as the season has gone on so far. I think he's just primed to win something soon. I really do. That's it, really. Listen, this is, for me, full transparency with the audience. I think it's a very tough tournament to predict. I think you have last year's data, which you might as well throw out the window because that tournament was crazy the way that it unfolded over the course of that weekend. Challenging, but I prefer to just play guys at this field where I think that they're coming in playing well. And for me, Thigala has consistently been improving as the year has gone on. I think he's poised for a breakout.
Okay. I just had a vision. Harris English wins the Players' Championship.
Well, that's a vision of me losing a bunch of money this week.
I just don't know why it happened now. Maybe if I had it at the start of the show, he would have made the mineral picks, but he will be bet as well at 80-1.
Why do you like it? Because he's a Georgia Bulldog?
Yeah, my partly, Pat. You got me. I got he played great last week.
Sure.
Know what I like about Harris English? He has the demeanor of a guy that's in a coma. He doesn't breathe. He doesn't react. He is the opposite of Terrell Hatton and me. I would love to have Harris English's demeanor in life and on the golf course. He just doesn't give a rat's ass. He just goes through it. He never gets too high, never gets too low. And Patty played great last week. Don't you think he plays good in Florida golf and he's healthy again? I think it's good. He used to be one of the better players in the world, Pat. We're getting 80-1. So I'm just saying, we only have gold, silver, bronze, extra minerals he's in. That's all I'm saying.
So I bet Webb Simpson to win this tournament at 200-1.
Oh, I don't mind that.
When the odds open. I think he's down to 150 on DraftKings. He's down to 100 in some other spots right now.
Yep.
But the same logic, I know that Harris English had a better week last week than Webb Simpson. Webb Simpson is currently suffering from Tommy Fleetwood disease, where he has 3 really good rounds and 1 really bad round to get him out of each and every tournament. But he's won the Players before. He's won the Wyndham Championship before. He plays well on these Pete Dye short Bermuda courses, and you're getting over double the number on Webb than Harris English. If you want to talk about guys that were previously good, Webb Simpson was way better than Harris English.
No, I agree, Pat. I'm just saying I like Harris English, but I like your Webb Simpson pick. I was also thinking, I know we talked earlier. I know we have our picks. How do you feel about Keegan Bradley this week?
Paul and I were discussing Paul's guy, Keegan Bradley, before the show. His odds are just too low. I could bet.
That's the problem.
I could bet Keegan Bradley at 40-1, or I could bet Hideki at 90-1 right now.
Yeah.
No, I understand that. We always look for value, but I just hate to say it, Pat. See, this is why we're good to have the show. We have different takes and stuff like that. I'll take a matchup bet with Keegan Bradley over Hideki Matsuyama for a dime.
Sure, but on that, based on what the odds, you're not getting that matchup. That matchup would be like minus 200 right now, based on the odds.
That's a problem. I saw Keegan Bradley at 60-1. I'm just saying, is that what
he's been bet down a lot? Yeah, he's been bet down a lot this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
He's now in the range. Listen, I bet Tom Kim to win. Tom Kim's right around Keegan's odds. Shane Lowry is now way deeper. You can get Shane Lowry at up to 65-1 in some spots, 55 on DraftKings, or you get Keegan Bradley at 40. I think that Shane Lowry might finish dead last, but I also think he has a better chance to win than Keegan Bradley does.
Keegan Bradley, you're right. He's been bet down. I see him at 45 and 50 on a couple of sites that I'm on.
Yep.
Pat, I got Tom Kim on my pinata pick. You know, when you throw 125-1. So I like to have fun with the pinata.
Yeah.
I got him and Morikawa at 125-1.
Well,
Not bad.
I just straight up bet both those guys this week, so I hope they win.
I did a pinata pick on the coldest day of winter back in November, and I had the coldest day up until a couple weeks ago, and then it lost.
So what was your pinata pick?
My pinata pick was the coldest. I threw 2 darts on the pinata. Coldest day of winter. I got December 23rd and January 11th. January 11th was the previous coldest day until a couple Fridays ago, when it got down to minus 15 or whatever. And
oh my God! So you're telling me you did a weather pinata pick? And I can tell you that December 23rd was the coldest, I thought, because my furnace blew out. That's how I spent Christmas, with no heat.
I was celebrating that day. I'm sorry, Cam. I feel really bad.
You should have invited me over, Rob. It's me and my girlfriend got 9 heaters in here, and I'm basically that was what a day. And then know what I love too? How the you think I got a problem with Barb? How about EnerSource? A knock. Oh, broken furnace. They got you by you can't. What are you gonna do? No, I'd like to wait a couple weeks to get the deal. You know what I mean? The Christmas fleece job coming in. What are you gonna do? You have to pay whatever price they say. You need heat. We better hit a winner this week.
Then he can
find me in a ditch when Scotty Scheffler just beats the entire field by 7 strokes.
If Brian Mulrooney wins this damn tournament, I am going to jump out a window. Pat, who does Scheffler look like to you? A fusion of Mulrooney and somebody. He looks like the former prime minister.
He looks like a caricature.
Yes,
a little bit.
He's like a cartoon. He's got the face of the Mulrooney, but he's got something else in there too. That's kind of what I see.
Okay, I have a bronze pick for you, and I haven't.
Sorry, Pat.
It's on the show, I think.
It's down to 3 guys, and I want to make special mention as I'm crossing him off the list right now. I was looking for top 40 plays that actually pay out pretty well. Kramer Hickok is someone at plus 260 who comes in really good form. Hasn't missed a cut at the Players in his 2 starts. All he basically does is hit fairways and putt really good on Bermuda. But you're not looking for him to win. You're not looking for a top 10. You're looking for a made cut. I wanted to get him into the make the cut market, but he's not available in the make the cut market. So the top 40 finish is plus 260. I'm not going to end up going to him. So it's down between Brandon Woo and Justin Suh as my top 40 plays. Now, Justin Suh plus 185 for a top 40, is a better player than Brandon Wu. But Brandon Wu specializes at these like really dinky short courses, and he's plus 260. And he's been fairly good recently. Like, these are the guys at the bottom of the board that I'm looking at to complement the guys at the top of the board that I actually bet.
This is nuts, Pat. Like, I can't believe, like, we've had no conversations about this tournament. I had Wu top 10 and 20. Remember, he made that nice deep Sunday run. Didn't he finish like 5th or 6th a couple weeks ago?
Yeah,
like, he was fantastic.
He finished second at Pebble Beach, and he was 14th at Honda the last time that he played.
And I'm going to tell you, Justin Sue's got game. If this guy can get hot with the putter, like his iron play and ball striking is impeccable. I actually think both of these guys can win the tournament. The problem is we can't bet 20 guys.
Well, I mean, you can if you want to.
Yeah, if they're all like 150 to 1, sure. Yeah.
I mean, I think Justin Suh is like 200 to 1 or something like that. Brandon,
I have to.
200
I'm
to
putting
1.
10, 20 bucks on him. I have to.
I've bet him as well.
Justin Suh hits every fairway, which is huge. Like, I'm just looking for guys in these top 40 markets that I know that aren't going to get themselves into a bunch of trouble off the tee. What they do after that, like, whatever. Hopefully he can putt well. And realistically, outside of the Honda, when he had a chance to win, he's putt really well. He's gained 4.3, 4.4, 4.1 strokes in 3 of his past 4 starts. And he's been gaining with his irons every single time. He's been losing strokes off the tee. But if you look at the 3 tournaments that he lost strokes off the tee in, Bay Hill, super long course. Riviera, super long course. Torrey Pines, super long course. His accuracy just isn't good enough at those courses because you need to bomb the ball to have a chance. He made the cut at all of them. He finished pretty well. And those are elevated field events at the same time. He's playing against the very best in the world at a huge disadvantage based on the course. At Honda, he gained strokes off the tee. At the Sony, he gained strokes off the tee, albeit against a much weaker field. But you're getting him at a course that is much more tailored to his skill sets. And 2 of those courses in terms of length are exactly what we're going to see this week. So that's my pick. Justin Suh, plus 185 or plus 187, top 40 finish.
Love it, Pat.
I like
and
that
by
a
the
lot.
way, just a public service announcements about bets. There's a lot. Remember, there's Dylan Wu and Brad. There's D Wu, B Wu. There's a million Kims. Tom Kim, Si Woo Kim, SH Kim. Like, that's the thing. Be careful. Drunk gambling and just hitting, I'm taking Kim, taking Wu. Like, you got to know which guys you're taking. On the LPGA Tour, there's so many, they have numbers now, right, Rob? Isn't it like Ji Hung Lee 6? Like, they're 6, 9, 4. No, this is not some kind of, like, I'm just giving the facts. Like, I'm just telling you, like, be careful when you're going to these websites because some of them have the same last names, right?
Good advice. Good advice. Know who you're betting on.
Yeah.
Great advice.
So is it D Woo or B? Do you like B Woo over D Woo? That's what I'm asking.
I'm betting Justin Suh.
Sue.
Yeah, I know.
SUH.
Yes,
like Damakong Sue.
I'm going to absolutely Pizzola. You see, that's why you have feuds. I know he's betting Sue, but I thought you took Brandon Wu. Is it B Woo or D Woo?
No, okay. I also like Brandon Woo or Woo, boop, boop, boop. Any way you want to go with it. But Justin Suh is going to be my bet for this one at plus 187 to come finish inside the top 40. But yeah, Brandon Woo's plus 260. Dylon Wu is someone else who's in the field. I actually like Kevin Wu at this event, but he didn't get himself in. So that's unfortunate for him.
So you're telling me there's 4 Woos?
Yeah. Yeah, but
if you count Si Woo Kim, I think it's 5.
What about Min Woo Lee?
Yeah.
Min Woo Lee.
Oh yeah, Min Woo Lee's a shooter. That guy he's a great player. Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. Drunk gambler. Public service announcement for everybody. Just be careful you click on it.
Just know the name of the golfer that you're betting on when you place the bet.
But
it's a prerequisite.
The thing is, I like the fact that they've gone to Tom Kim because it was Pat. What's his real name? Is it Seung?
Yeah, it's Jun Hyun Kim. Now Tom Kim is a bit of a different story because Tom Kim is gaming the system. He understands what's going on here because I think he either grew up in New Zealand or Australia. Like, he speaks perfect English. He has the real chance to become like a huge. He's 21 years old, and when you have Byung-hun An and Siwoo Kim, like, I don't know, it's tougher for them to translate over to the American audience. Like, they had Tom Kim mic'd up at the Waste Management Open doing the CBS play-by-play, like walking himself through the hole. Like, he's really set himself up well. He just needs one of these big wins. He's already won twice. so far.
He's very likable.
Yeah.
He's very likable, Pat. They talked about him because he was Tom Kim. Why are you Tom? Thomas, the train engine, was one of his favorite things as a kid. And no, this kid really gets it. Like, I'm a big Tom
He
Kim
named
fan.
himself Tom Kim because of Thomas the train engine?
Yes. I'm not even making this up.
It's Thomas.
I mean,
it's
hey, each their own.
That's from my database.
It's from.
I used to
Thomas
watch that.
It's Thomas the
there
Tank
you go.
Engine. Thomas the
Yes,
Tank
thank
Engine.
you. That's why he called himself Tom Kim, because he was
But it was
show.
like the show was called something different, right? Growing up.
Yeah, I think they've changed that.
Yeah,
now.
it's called
Shining
the Facts of
Railroad,
Life, Rob.
something like
it's called
that.
Thomas the Train Engine. It's not
Okay,
called
I-
the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. We just
it-
explained it to you. It's called Thomas the Train Engine, is it not?
I think it was called Shining Time Station. Yes, I think Rob, you're right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Patrick.
Now, know what?
Thank you.
Rob, I would like to say I'm a complete asshole and idiot for.
You should do the show like Harris English next week.
I agree, but would people
Don't
like
let
when
your emotions ride on your sleeve. Think it through.
Yeah,
Breathe.
but isn't that the fun of the show? So
Of
people
course
can
it
just
is.
mock.
I
me
hate
'cause I'm a
Harris English
complete idiot.
because of that. The guy's got no personality. I can't deal with it.
Enjoy it actually. I wish
can't
I
deal
had
with
him.
it.
No, he's cool, man. He's
If you
chill.
watch Harris English and you only watch the final putt of every hole with no scoreboard or anything, you would have no clue if that guy eagled or if he triple bogeyed.
That's
Zero clue. I hate that.
But
hate
it works
that.
for him. Like,
I'd
not
rather-
everyone has to be like Hat. Like, the thing is,
I'd
that's
rather
what-
see Hatton throw balls into the water and Spieth talking to the hole afterwards for 10 seconds.
You know what though? The difference is Hatton at least is funny for. It's kind of like wrestling. WWE's for kids. That's the Jordan Spieth talk, and Tyrell Hatton's more like with Chris Jericho and hijinks, and there's drones, and you know what I mean. Urban Meyer's getting hit over the head with a computer. That's fun. That's what adults like. Is more comedy. Jordan Spieth. Let's call it out for what it is. When I listen to that guy talk to himself, like I literally. My blood boils when I listen.
I love
to
it. I loved watching him
Jordan.
miss all those
Oh,
putts.
Jordan. Oh, yeah, I missed that one.
He's acting like the hole moved on him. Like,
Exactly.
No, it's buddy.
It's-
You're
here's
the
a tip,
one that
Jordan.
contacts the ball.
You missed the putt. It's
Yeah.
not anybody else's fault.
Looks
pal.
at the caddy like, you
I
know,
know.
it's everyone's fault but Jordan's usually.
Thank you.
But
And Michael
yes.
Greller's one of the best caddies going, Rob. Sorry about Thomas the Train Engine thing. I thought that's the name of the Shiny Town station. Okay, thank you. And that was so ignorant of me. I apologize.
Well, I believe that the new show, because my kids watch it, is Thomas and Friends.
See, so that's closer, but
It's closer.
Rob still deserves the apology because I didn't get it.
Thank
right.
you. I appreciate that.
So,
I don't
so
want to feud with you, Rob.
So-
I don't want to have to record a video of you, Cam, today. I don't want to have to record.
Don't worry, I'll bring a bag of money and throw it on the table. Let me tell you about Keith Mitchell this week, losers.
you're gonna book Cam's Keith Mitchell action there, Bet Stan?
Yeah. Why you book my action, Rob? Yeah, you hate that guy? There you go. Here's another feud for you. Ding, ding, ding. He's a buddy. Don't worry, Carmelo Anthony Scoob. We're gonna make some money this week. Me, you, and Pat. We're gonna have a great week. I feel
And
good
not
about
and
this.
not and not me. You just left me out of that.
No, I said me, you, and Pat. Rob, I
Yeah,
meant
you
and
were
the
talking
dog.
to Scooby Doo over there when you
Rob.
said me, you, and Pat.
I almost wish you win a bag of money so you could do a video and throw a bag of money on the table.
I would never do
Pick a
that,
Fight with
though.
another person.
I can throw out bags of money. Like, who does that? I don't like. Who does that? Honestly, I'm
I
not
don't know.
here.
Wrestlers.
Not even like that.
That's
This
right.
is a
Ted
different.
DiBiase when he stuck it down your throat.
That's it. That was
Yeah.
like and it was a gimmick. Like, it was his gimmick.
Very good gimmick.
Like, who are the, anyways, I don't have anything to prove to anyone really. Like, I'm not going to record videos of myself emptying bags of money on my desk to prove a point.
I think
And
you
most
should.
of my wealth is in, like, I get paid in crypto mostly. Like, I don't deal in a lot of cash.
I'll
anymore.
give Rob credit. Like when he was talking about Bitcoin how many years ago, I thought it was like literally like finding a slug at a construction site. And I really wish you like convinced me, hypnotized me, whatever, and I could have actually had my house paid off instead of
You say
living
that
like a
though,
loser.
but like Rob spent like $3.4 million to redesign his bathroom at one point too, didn't you, Rob?
Not $3.4 million. No. I mean, basically, I did my basement for what could have amounted to a home, buying another home about a year later. Yes.
Oh, okay. So Bitcoin was hot, Bitcoin was cold.
I got paid. I was owed a lot of money back in the day, and I was trying to arrange to get paid. And some guy was like, we're gonna send you a bunch of Bitcoin." And I'm like, "Bitcoin? Like, what the hell is Bitcoin?" And they're like, "It's Bitcoin or nothing, bud." And I'm doing Google searches, and it's like, Bitcoin is a scam. Bitcoin. I'm like, "You guys are trying to scam me." They're like, "Listen, take it or leave it. You're getting the money this way. That's it. You can cash it out if you want to. So they paid me. They paid me 40 Bitcoin at $400 at that time. And it basically tripled in value like a few years later. And I was like, well, this thing is probably a scam. I'll sell most of it. We'll redo the basement. A year after that, it was worth. I sold that.
How
like
much
a lot
money did you make from Bitcoin? Like 500,000? Like more?
I did well. I don't
Okay,
have a
no, you're right.
mortgage
Don't
on
talk
my
about other
house.
people's finances.
My mortgage is paid off. I'm
like jealous.
Yeah, I did well off of Bitcoin. Yes.
So, Cam, do you have a full 6-pack you're going to deliver to us?
Oh, I think I should. I got a meeting at the bank, by the way, about getting fleeced. They're like, your line of credit, Mr. Stewart. See, like, why do people even go to banks? Why don't I just keep my money hidden somewhere, like Tony Soprano did? Yeah, you want a 6-pack?
Yeah.
Because then your house goes up in flames and you lose all your money.
Got to bury it properly.
Well, okay, sure, bury it. I'm gonna
in a fireproof safe. So if your house burns down, you got the money's still there.
I have a fireproof safe
with important documents.
I have a fireproof safe. It's one of the best on the market. They last like 2 hours in under flames. It's not like it's a permanent.
Really?
The best safes.
So you're telling me you can't get a safe that lasts like a day without being destructed by?
I'm sure you could, and they exist out there. They probably will cost you more than the money itself that you're going to be putting into the safe.
Okay. But documents are important too. We're going to go with Jason Day, Tagala, Mitchell, Riley, English. And you know what, Pat? Your boy Sue. Maybe it's a sign.
So at an event that has the most money available to it in the best field, you've decided to take not like a good golfer.
No.
Okay.
Don't want any of them. Except for, if I was going to bet chalk, I'd probably take Cantlay this week.
Everyone loves Cantlay. He's down to 16-1. What is it with Cantlay?
I don't know. I'm just, but you're right. 16-1. It's an unbettable number with Cantlay. There's too many good golfers there. Okay.
Scheffler's the chalk play, man. Scheffler's always like covering every single time he plays.
What is Scheffler? What's Scheffler's odds?
10. He's 10-1.
Yeah, he's 10-1.
You know what? I'd rather, you're right, Rob. Like, and you could still be in a hedge situation. The guy's going to be definitely in like top 3 or 4 coming down the wire on Sunday, right?
He's just so consistent. Like Rory like misses cuts and he has bad like Scheffler is always there. Always.
Yeah, you're right. He's consistent.
There's another guy that is probably going to win and take all of our money, and his name is John Rahm.
John Rahm's not winning the Players.
He wins basically every other tournament, and he didn't win last week, which means he's due to win this week.
You're right, Pat.
The guy's like in the midst of a Tiger Woods 2000 run right now, and he's like, no, he can't win.
Yeah.
I would personally bet Scheffler head-to-head versus Rahm.
I agree with you.
You can get that action.
I know, I know, but like I think Scheffler should be the tournament favorite.
Personally. Why though? Why here should Scheffler be the tournament favorite?
Because because I think he's just the most likely to win generally every single tournament that he plays. I mean, he doesn't look like the other guys, and he doesn't have the name recognition of the other guys, but he is so incredibly consistent. Like he's always there, always.
Thing about Rahm is, Pat, his game is he's better California golfer than a Florida golfer.
That's another. He's never won east of Columbus. He's never won east of Columbus.
Well,
me and
Europe,
Rob's database we're on the
Europe
same page
considered
here.
east?
So, well, it depends on where you are in the world and what the globe is. But in North America, he's never won east of Europe. Thank you, Pat.
Let's just call it out for what it is. He's a better desert and California player than he is in Florida. That's. But he's still amazing anywhere. But I'd prefer to bet him in California. Like Max Homa. He's great in California.
Hey, I bet Max Homa this week. People just want to discredit a guy who, I mean, Patrick Cantlay is 16-1. And I think Max is 24 right now.
Max Homa still finished pretty good last week. What did he finish?
T14. He led the field in approach last week, hit basically every fairway, and putted himself out of a tournament.
Yep.
He never putted himself out of tournaments.
You know what, Pat? I think he's being overlooked. His odds are great. For the same golfers in that zone. Homa, I love. No, by the way, I'd say Max Homa is probably my favorite golfer. I love everything.
I love Max Homa. I love how he just roasts people on Twitter too.
Yeah, he's got a cool demeanor, right, Rob? But he's like Harris English is like he's a flatliner. At least Homa kind of got he'll give you something every once in a while. He's got a wicked caddy who looks like ZZ Top. They have a great relationship. No, honestly, Max Homa, Pat, what's not to like about Max Homa? Everything about him is real. He's a good guy.
I might have to play this Ben Griffin now that Ben Griffin outright
I like that Ben
publicly.
Griffin. I love that pick.
So I just looked at the simulator, and it has the names at the top. You would think it's Rahm, Rory, Thomas, Scheffler, Cantlay are the top 5 in terms of overall win equity when you simulate this 1,000 times. Ben Griffin is 8th.
Wow.
Now,
so why don't you bet him top 10?
Yeah, maybe. Well, this is what I was looking at. There are certain sites that offer each way odds this week, and it's 1/5 the price of the outright. So, Rob, let me ask you this, because I mean, in my mind, this makes a lot of logical sense. Maybe your more data-driven mind, it doesn't. So, if I have someone, let's say, I'll just use the perfect example of Ben Griffin right now. I can bet Ben Griffin at the Players' Championship to win. Not that I think he's going to win, because I don't, but he is 250 to 1. Mm-hmm. So, if I get 1/5 of his odds at 250 to 1, that is 50.
So don't.
That is 50.
But this is not the right way to do it, Pat.
Why
so
not?
I'll stop you right there, because what you want to do is you want to convert the 250 to 1 to a percentage, rather than using the actual odds itself.
What do you mean?
What are you talking about?
Okay, so 250 to 1.
Okay.
Let me. I could be just a complete idiot here, and that adds up to the same thing. But 250 to 1 is 0.4. Implied win probability, right? Yep, it's the exact same thing. Continue on.
Okay.
Sorry, I wasted 30 seconds of your show. Keep going.
Okay.
Hey, Thomas, a tank engine. Zip it.
So
gigabyte.
Bet your each way, Pat.
Okay,
exactly.
I got to restart this now because I've been discombobulated. Ben Griffin is 250 to 1 to win.
Yes.
His top 8 finish at 150 odds would be 50 to 1. His top 10 odds, Rob, are 18 to 1. Mm-hmm. So aren't I better to bet the 250 to 1, which the each way, for less money than it costs, like to bet the 18 to 1 top 10?
Yes, you are. So the reason that this happens is because these are separate markets, right?
Yes.
So when the book opens up the markets, they're all going to be derivatives of one another. But over the course of the week, people are going to make bets, and then the bookmaker's just going to move that market that it gets bet at. So yes, you are correct. I think you've identified a valuable bet there, Pat.
So you're telling me, Pat, you get on the top 10, you're getting 18, and on the other one, you're getting
50 for a top 8.
That's a significant difference.
But here's the thing. So the way that you also get the outrageous half bet of the each way for the 250 to 1. So let's just use a very simple idea of a $20 bet, if that's what you wanted to wager on it. So 10 of your dollars would go towards the 250, 10 of your dollars would go towards the 50 to 1 in terms of the top 8. Now you lose those 2 placement points, and that can be huge. I have been screwed on this in the past. It happens when your guy finishes 9th, and it's like, oh, great, should have bet the top 10. But you would get paid out $500 on the top 8 for Ben Griffin on the $10 wager, and you get paid out $2,500 on the $10 wager for the win. If you just put $20 on Ben Griffin to come inside the top 10, you would just get paid $360. That'd be your overall total. So I think it's better to do the each way.
Wow, we actually gave that's a great lesson in numbers and everything right now. That's really smart, and I like that. Yeah, Pat. And guys, by the way, too, like for the majors, Pat, like you got to look at like the big difference between T5 and T8 too, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like say last week was a major with Riley. He finished 8th. I got nothing for T6. Yeah. He was right there at 280 to 1. Like that's the thing. So the way I looked at it is if you can get anything better than a T5, T6, if you can get a T8, go for it.
Well, that will do it on the Best Bet Show for the Players Championship. You can follow Cam on Twitter at Cam Stewart Live and check him out on Sports Grid. The Hammer.bet, the Hammer HQ on YouTube. You should go subscribe to that right now to check out more Rob Pizzola. Rob, you bet Day, Mitchell, Riley, and Thigala as outright bets. You have anyone else?
I do. I have Ricky Fowler as an outright bet.
I like Ricky. I don't know if he's going to win.
And I have a little bit of Victor Hovland, a very small bet.
Now here's the thing: there's certain guys now, it's almost like you're partying with them, and if they, you know what, you win, you win. I am done with Victor Hovland gagging on Sundays, and I'm done with Tommy Fleetwood's act. Like some guys, Pat, the golf, you want to take other guys, put a line through them. At least when I know when Max Homa's in contention, he has a great chance to win. These other guys, like Look at Hovland last week. It's like, come on, dude.
I
You had
know.
a hole in one and an eagle. Like, figure it out on Sunday. Figure it out, Victor. Like,
I think he will at
God.
some point. I don't know if this is the week or not, but
I like
his,
him too.
his
He's a
wedge
really nice
play
guy.
is getting better. I mean, it's not. It still leaves a little bit to be desired, but it is getting better. He's gonna round it out eventually.
He's a really likable guy too. Like, I love his perma smile and stuff. I really love Victor Hovland. But Pat, how many times have we had this guy put one in the water, put one in a bush? Like, it's just like, dude, that one loose shot cost him so many tournaments.
It's a tough scene with Big Dick Vic. I'm guessing Feinberg bet on him.
Ricketts, tumbleweed. Yeah, no. One day, Victor. Yeah, he's a good guy.
Well, I told you about the $500 giveaway. You can do that by subbing to the newsletter, rating and reviewing the audio podcast on Apple or Spotify, and subscribing to Mayo Media Network. I'd stay tuned for after the credits, because that's always a lot of fun for what I choose to put in there. But play in the DraftKings Listeners League, okay? It's almost full. You want to get your spot right now, and smash the like on the way out. I'm Pat Mayo. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.
Pat Mayo Experience.
What was his name?
Oh, Gianni the Greek?
No,
or the Kenyan golfer.
Njonge Kabugu?
Yeah, there's two Kabugus, so you want to have the guy with the three names.
Okay.
3 Kabugus. Okay, got it.
Yeah, the Kabuki Man.
Kabuki man, I like it.
Paul.
Hey, Rob, know what the best thing is, buddy? There's no bad publicity when the guy gets 4 fucking how many hits on his stupid stuff, but with bags of money and shit.
I'm gonna bet him 100 to win 150,000.
Good. Oh, you got fucking stones and a lot more money than I got.
Well, I don't know anything about this.
Kabugu 3.
No, they won't. They won't take that.
It's worth taking the each way on 365 just in case he comes in like 4th or something like that and still pays fucking 300 or 400 to 1 or whatever it is.
Okay.
They gave me $26.67.
Who the fuck is this? What a great name, Tom Valiant.
Yeah,
sounds like a wrestler or a porn star.
That's the other guy. That's the other guy, Rob.
Tom Valiant.
Tom Valiant. He's 200 to 1 now.
Sounds like a guy we go meet at the bar. What a great name. I love you, Tom Valiant.
Tom Valiant's actually like a real guy though. He's one of the top ranked. He's French. He's one of the top ranked amateurs in the world. He's been like killing the challenge tour.
What a great handle
At the Kenya Open?
Yeah.
Tom Valiant.
I don't see him on the board.
Okay, well, yeah, you're gonna have to figure it out.
Vaillant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see it. He's
Tom
250 to 1. 250 to 1. Wow, dude. Tom Valiant. What a wow. Wish he was fighting Shawn Michaels. I'd feel better about our chances, Pat. But anyway. So who do you got this week? Oh, we got Tom Valiant at 250 to 1.
And the Kabuki Man.
Wow. The guys, so you're telling me the guy's first and middle name are the same?
I don't know, man. Just my Euro guy is tipped me. Shout out to Skylar Hoke. He found this
his
guy.
His middle name and first name are literally the same. There's one letter off. It's Njorge, but he doesn't have an R in the middle. Wow, what a handle these guys are.
All right,
name.
I'm in.
All right,
I'm not in, but I will be in.
Let's win some money, guys. Who cares?
Like
who cares about the players? We're gonna win all our money at the Magic Kenya Open.
Kabugu, baby, let's go.
I'd prefer it that way.
Hey, wait until we have a whole collection of people that are up really early on a Sunday morning sweating the Magic Kenya Open at 1,500 to 1. Move up.
If it wins, I'll be happy if any of these guys go T5. Like that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Kabugu is going to win, though.
Yeah. I don't know. I gotta vibe with Tom Valiant, to be honest with you.
Well, what if Tom Valiant just wins the hardcore title and then the Kabuki Man can win?
Kabuki. There used to be a guy, the Great Kabuki, used to blow dust and blind you. Remember the Great Kabuki?
I do.
Anyway, yeah, he's a great wrestler. Good times. Mr.
All right.
Fuji was his man.
You guys
Okay,
good?
what do we got here? Players? Yeah. We'll roll. Yeah.
Best bets: gold, silver, and bronze. Cam, you ready?
Oh, gold, silver, and bronze? I thought we were just giving like a 6-pack of beer. Okay, you just keep on going. Roll tape. Gold, silver, and bronze.
Good
Pat,
show.
Can I get your newsletter? I like to read.
Yeah, it's just
put in your email.
Just put in your email and you get it.
Can't you just send it to me? You got my email, right? Or do I have to?
Just add them to the Pat. Just add them to the list.
Oh yeah, I can probably do that.
Just keep it easy for me, Rob.
Do I have your consent to do that?
It's long. What, you're not going to send me Russian mail order
No,
brides.
I'm a witness.
Newsletter.
I'm a witness to the consent as well.
So add subscriber.
I give you consent to send me stuff.
Experience.